six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk-Nerds Podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk-Nerds Podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk-Nerds Podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk-Nerds Podcast. Sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk-Nerds Podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk-Nerds Podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk-Nerds Podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 231 of the Drunk-Nerds Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tyler. And join me, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Oh, Tyler, I am doing fine. Just trying to have a little bit of a relaxing night without any more occurrences happening. But, you know what? Other than that, though, it's like, week was pretty busy. Thursday night was pretty fun. But, yeah, I'm just ready for that good old R&R time.
Oh, yeah.
How about you?
Always good. Oh, man, I'm doing all right. You know, just clanging and banging as always. Got some gaming in this week. Watching football this weekend. Hawkeyes unfortunately lost 2 in a row.
Did they?
Not going too well. But doing okay. But join us now. Actually, pretty good timing. We were about 4 minutes into our original show, and Justin texted me he's going to be he can make it to the show. So after what was the greatest 4 minutes of our podcast of all time, we had to cancel it, unfortunately, and delete it all. But luckily, Justin's here to ruin it. What's up, buddy?
Here we are 6 hours later.
Yes. Yes. We were watching stupid, funny compilation videos on YouTube for the last 2 hours.
I'm glad to be here. Second week in a row. This is
Yes.
a record.
Yes.
A recent record.
In sports, we call that a winning streak.
Yeah. Here, too.
Yeah. In podcasting as well. Yes.
Yeah. Everything's going good. I would like to say something real quick.
Oh, God.
An apology from me.
Okay.
For last week. Just a slight thing. This Colonel Gables did not say anything to me. This is something I thought about after I left. Anyone watching and Colonel Gables, I do apologize. I think I said too much about specific things in goddamn, Mario plus Rabbids right now.
Okay.
Like last week, I said some things that usually I'm pretty, because I'm kind of the same way with like spoilers and stuff. For some reason, I kind of let my tongue slip a little too much.
Yeah.
When it came to certain things, and I just want to say, I do apologize for that. And now going forward, I will try even harder to not let that happen.
Yeah.
Especially I didn't have give out a warning or anything. And just, I usually try not to do that, and I'm sorry. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
no biggie.
Unfortunately, sometimes when you're like in a conversation with two people that have equally finished a game, shit, it happens. We've all done that. Whatever. I did it too. So.
But I am sorry for that.
It's okay.
I will try better next time.
We'll forgive you. Sad, you bum.
Yeah. Hopefully you forget everything I said.
I already did. It's okay.
Cool.
Oh, man, it would make things even more funnier if one of us got access to Mario Odyssey earlier or something like that, and all of a sudden it's like, this is the end boss of Mario Odyssey.
It's Mario.
I won't lie, guys. If I get it early enough, I finish it before it comes out, I'm going to spoil the fuck out of that guy. You guys. Just to be a dick. I'll be a dick about it. Like, hey, guys, here's me playing the last level. Here's me throwing Cappy at Bowser.
Champions Road from 3D World.
Yes.
Here it is again.
I don't think I'll ever get that. Don't have to worry about that part. God, sorry, I had a burp there. But anyways, you guys got something pretty cool this past Thursday night, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys both went out midnight. SNES Classic came out.
I think we went to the same place and didn't even know it.
Yeah, you guys were actually there. It was weird. Justin flew all the way out there to go see Gables, and he missed him. Yeah. But he got an SNES Classic.
I forgot why I was there when I got there. I was like, oh yeah, the SNES Classic came out.
And he's like, oh shit, I was here to meet Gables. But yeah, you guys both got one at midnight. Mm-hmm. I got the one coming from Amazon UK. It's not gonna be here until like the 14th.
Famicom.
Yeah. Kind of worked out actually. It's like $6 cheaper with
nice
transfer, whatever the fuck it is.
The exchange rate.
Yeah, exchange rate. Yeah, with the euro. So
Lucky I knew what that was.
Yes.
Lately, I haven't been able to think of anything.
It happens. It happens. Happens. Especially after you watch 2 hours of stupid prank videos and shit
Yeah.
and on YouTube. But anyways, we'll start with Gables. Tell us about your experience and like how many they had and what people and all that fun jazz.
Well, I started the night by going to Walmart around 10:45 or something at night. So this is pretty much like towards the later part, like just the last hour and a half or something like that, pretty much until the thing launched. Got there at Walmart, and all of a sudden I see about there was like a slew of people that were waiting already. Some were waiting as early as like 8:30 that night. So I went forth and I waited in line, found out that there was like 26. Apparently some dude in line before me or something like checked out a specific website and he found out how many like SNES Classics they're going to be in stock. So pretty much got a confirmation from the person working there that there was like 26 units and that I was guaranteed to get one. So that's awesome in and of itself. That being said, the bulk of people did not start arriving up until like around 11 o'clock. Or pretty close to around like, pretty close to about 5 or 10 minutes after I had gotten there. And I'm glad I chose that time specifically. It's because I was like the 14th person in line. There were others that were coming just like after me and stuff. Some of them pretty much learning that the thing was going to release like that night and stuff like that, and they decided to go in the line anyway, which that's kind of funny in and of itself. But it was actually I'm not gonna lie though. It was sort of a trial of patience because I pretty much was sitting cold like on a cold freaking cement floor, Indian style, waiting for this stupid thing to release around midnight. And pretty much I sat on my ass for about half an hour until I just went ahead and I just spent the rest of the time standing. But oh my god, dude, I was already winded from like working the day already and then going through and stuff. I just started to feel like I was starting to get sick in line. So I'm just hoping to myself, oh no, I hope I don't throw up everywhere in line. That would be terrible. But
par for course at Walmart.
I still get one, right?
Yeah.
But
You don't have to wear a shirt.
it was actually well run. There was 3 Walmart associates, there was 2 cashiers and one assistant manager or something like that was making sure people got at least one. And that was pretty much the thing, though. There were couples that went before me that they, like, the boyfriend and the girlfriend each got one and stuff to buy, because of course. And I pretty much got up there, I paid for my thing, and I walked out of the store and stuff. I didn't get mugged or anything, so I'm good. Because I was thinking about that, too. I literally was thinking, it was like, okay, maybe if I go forth right here or something like this. Initially, I was planning to get there like around, pretty close to around the 11 o'clock hour anyway, and just wait there for an hour. I didn't want anybody else to go with me in case I pay for it and all of a sudden I'm trying to dodge people. We'll get to the car.
Yeah.
But I didn't get attacked. Or anything, so it was good. I take it home. My brother absolutely loved it, obviously, because it's Super Nintendo stuff. So I plug it in for him and stuff. I turn on, I just flip the little switch, and like the thing loaded up just immediately and stuff. It's so cool. The thing is so fucking tiny. You know, the Super Nintendo Classic, because it literally fits to the palm of your hand. And I was actually kind of surprised that the power adapter itself was like one of those USB plug-in to like little cords and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I think the NES Classic has the exact same one.
yeah, it probably does. But yeah, that was pretty much my launch night for the SNES Classic. I waited, I got one, and it was a lot better than how the Wii launch fiasco went. Oh my god.
Sorry to butt in real quick. Mine actually, when I got the Wii, I remember I got
Best Buy?
Yeah, I went to Best Buy. I think I probably talked about it on the show before, but like I remember they exactly had 54 Wii's at
wow.
Best Buy at launch. Yeah, And
more than I thought they would have.
yeah, I remember they didn't open until 10 a.m. And so I was 17. My mom woke me up, and I was supposed to get one through the store I worked at the time, but story behind that kind of got fucked over. Out of getting Justin, I both got fucked. Actually, no, you got yours. Never mind. You were first. Remember that?
Fucked up.
It's funny though. Justin, backstory on that one. Justin worked at the store before me, and when it came out, the pre-orders came out. We worked at this small video game store.
I was fired before that.
Yeah, but you were first in line. You were first in the pre-order list. Like you called me, and like, hey, I just pre-ordered this. Do you want to put you on the list too? I'm like, hell yeah. I was number 2.
Yes.
My boss at the time knocked me. We only got 2 in the store for launch. Knocked me like 4 or 5 spots down the list.
What?
And put her name number 2. You remember her?
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, but I couldn't prove it. Whatever. Blah blah. Didn't want to argue it. But so anyways, so I was pretty pissed about it. My mom actually woke me up, took me to but Best Buy. It got there like 3 a.m. Didn't open till 10. And
Really cold out that night.
Yeah, it was the Sunday before the Thanksgiving. So yeah.
Wow.
I remember sitting on the concrete outside, sitting in the concrete till 10 in the morning, and I was like 4th or 5th in line, and got one. And I remember when the store opened up, there was only like 40 people in line. People just pulled up and the store opened and walked up and got one. But like I remember, like all the Zeldas were sold out. All the extra controllers were sold out. I actually had to go to GameStop because they opened at the same time and buy one from them. But yeah, wow. I mean, mine went. That's really the only time I ever waited in line for something like that. So, but I mean, that was it went fairly well. But go ahead, Justin. That's cool. You got one too.
I was gonna say, mine actually almost mirrors Gabe's a lot of the ways. I arrived at my Walmart around 11:10 p.m. and I went there like actually I had a weird itch to go to Walmart for some reason, walk around. Rarely ever happens to me. Like I just want to go do something. My house is sleeping, and I'm like got off work. I'm kind of wired. I had a long day too, but I was like I want to go walk around here, and just for fun to see if they were gonna have like a midnight thing. I get to the electronics, and of course, after 15 minutes of searching and kind of looking around, I can't find any worker. It's like, okay, well, I'll come back in like a half hour when it's closer to see if anyone's over here. I'm walking down, I go past a book aisle. I was going towards the toys just for fun, and I look down, like see people like reading books, like in like sitting there in chairs. I'm like, what the hell? There's like a book fair at Walmart like, in the middle of the night. And so, old lady is smiling at me. She's waiting in line. She's the last person in line at the moment. And I'm like, all of a sudden, it's like, whoa. They might be waiting for the SNES Classic. Which is kind of weird. I didn't see anyone in there when I was looking around. And sure enough, they're all waiting in line. There's like 14 people in front of me. Just like you, 13, 14 people in front of me. And just one guy was waiting from 4 p.m.
God.
And I just go in there, and he's kind of eyeballing me like, these motherfuckers.
In my time.
Just come here right now. Then like they'd tell everyone, hey, they didn't tell us how many were there. It's like they know how much there are. They should just tell everyone waiting in line so people can just leave if they don't have enough. And they say you can only get one per person, which is good because some dickhole in front of us going to get like 12 of them.
Oh yeah, no shit.
So I hate that when that happens. I've had it happen before. Something I know. And so yeah, it finally became time. Actually, ended up reading real quick. Like the first 20-25 pages of it while I was there. That was fun. I read that book before, and it was really interesting to read that.
That's
there.
Cool.
Got to like the part where Georgie gets his arm ripped off.
Georgie.
And yeah, talked to that lady actually for a long time too. Anyways, ended up getting one.
So you were also there for the book fair.
Also there for the book fair. Yeah. I made it definitely a book fair moment. I couldn't just stand there unless I had something to do. Like I was kind of feeling sick too, kind of like Gabe was saying. Not throwing up sick, but my hands were uncontrollably shaking. I don't know why. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't anything. I was just like my hands were shaking.
Yeah, no. As for me, I was like freaking coughing because it was like it was sort of like the fucking. It was like the heavy fucking shit, because of the cardiovascular stuff that I did throughout the day, and I was like,
oh yeah.
I mean, I get the same feeling when I go to Walmart too, so I understand.
Yeah,
that's why I don't go anymore.
Yeah,
waiting in line.
The little eyes.
People smelling like fucking hemp.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude behind me smelled like fucking hemp the moment he walked in the back and stuff. He had his, fucking girlfriend wait in line for him and stuff like that for a fucking half an hour before him and his fucking buddy, him and his gangbanger buddy, like waiting in the back of me. It's like, Oh, really, dude?
Get an SNES Classic.
Yeah, both him and his
Gables-
buddy fucking bought one after
You
me.
do live in Washington State. I think the national bird is hemp.
Yeah, no, sure.
The actual bird is the fucking...
So that's funny. So they started shoveling us up towards the front, like, single file. We get up there. It's taking a while. This is not in the computer. Blah, 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 the usual. Then it's okay, start checking us out. And I'm seeing the cart full of the little boxes with the tiny boxes inside, which actually had the actual SNES Classic inside there. So I was kind of doing the math. Because people showed up like 10 minutes till, and like they got one too. I could tell. Like I was doing the math. It's like there's like 5 or 6 per box, and there's like 6-7 boxes. So we could probably like 35, maybe 40 at that store that I was at. And I could tell everyone behind me got one. I was like, that's cool. I didn't want to be the last guy that gets one.
Yeah.
Like these people behind, even though they only waited like
You might actually get jumped.
25 minutes. But yeah, it was nice to see that everyone got one that's there.
Yeah.
And actually, they allowed you to come back through the line if you wanted another one.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah, so there's actually a few people you could tell. Pretty sure they were scalpers. They went back in line.
Oh, yeah.
They had hungry eyes,
Oh,
It's
no
kinda like,
shit.
They're not here because they like this.
No, they're here because they want to fucking make profit.
Yeah.
I had one dude in front of me that did that too.
Yeah, you can just tell when you look at him, like, that guy's not here to play it. But yeah, ended up getting one, and that was for fun. I actually already pre-ordered one, and I was trying to find someone to give that one to. Or I have him buy it off me or whatever, So my mom is actually going to buy it off me, my other one, and have it at her house when, like, my children and my brother's son goes over there so the grandkids can play.
Awesome.
That's cool.
When they go, like, I was trying to talk her into, like, I think it'd be cool for them out there. She's like, yeah, it's a good idea. So she's going to buy that one off me tomorrow. I got one from GameStop. And hers has a 2-year warranty for some reason. So, yeah.
Works out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was fun. It was cool. Even though I already had one pre-ordered, it was fun being there the moment that it came out. Because I actually didn't do that when the NES Classic came out. Kind of got that later. Very luckily got one later. Like it was like I had like a 5-minute window online at some. I think it was Amazon actually.
Oh wow.
It was really.
Yeah, you got really lucky.
Yeah.
Because those were, I mean, you got one like the last ones, didn't you?
It was like one of the last things I saw pop up. Like NES Classic is available now. Hurry up! It's gonna go quick.
Yeah.
I somehow got it and like yeah, it was gone.
Huh.
But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. And
I
actually,
didn't plan on it. It's gonna happen.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's just cool though, because actually, like we talked about, like, Reggie and Nintendo were saying there's gonna be more at launch.
Don't ever buy it from the scalpers.
Yeah, and I mean, so far this feels like what is normally a normal console launch. Like
Yeah.
tough to get, but it seemed like there was a fair amount. Like I was hearing some store, like big city stores, were getting like 120 at Walmart.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's cool.
So I heard a story about somebody went on their lunch break and they went to the Target or whatever, and there was 20 there still.
Oh wow.
So
That's impressive, actually.
Yeah, and some people had issues with it, like bigger cities, but like
Oh yeah.
yeah, for the most part though, it sounds like they weren't impossible, like tough to get.
Yeah.
But if you were smart about it, you had a pretty good shot at getting one.
Yeah.
I mean, not just if you're willing to do the midnight launch stuff,
Just yeah.
waiting in line when they open, getting there early enough.
You're probably almost guaranteed one.
Yeah, so this
Unless
is
you're in a specific area.
yeah, and also Switches were popping up a lot Friday too, Thursday and
Yeah,
Friday.
they had the whole thing was full of Switches when I went there.
Yeah,
When I was waiting, like I always look. I look at all the gaming stuff. I see what's moving around, even specific games. Like Metroid was sold out.
That's cool.
Like last week when I went there. I was there with my brother. He was all drunk. I was showing him like, yeah, it's got this game for 3DS. I was back there. It's like, oh, it's not here. It's gone. But yeah, I always like looking at that stuff, seeing how consoles are moving. Especially, I think, because of what happened to the Wii U. Like, I was really kind of concerned as just like a fan of Nintendo. Like,
yeah,
no one seems to be buying them or care.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I remember, like
so
people.
I like to keep an eye on that stuff. Like, all in PS4, everything. I always check it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you said, the Wii U stuff. I remember people like talking, like they just went to like Best Buy the day it came out and just walked in the store
Yeah.
hours after the store opened up and just walked in and got one.
Oh wow,
Like-
so that's surprising because I remember that. I remember when it first came out, it was hard to get, but
Yeah,
not too long after was it not.
yeah.
But yeah,
So it's this is a positive thing. This is something we've talked about, like setting a. I don't know, not so much of a standard, but you're breaking the trend of what Nintendo normally has with, especially with the NES Classic, and the words don't feel hollow in this sense.
Yeah, and I think it wouldn't have even been really that big a deal if they didn't say it was discontinued forever. The NES Classic.
Yeah.
Because most people planned on like waiting a while to get one. Like, once it dies down, everything, I'll pick one up. Like people I talked to that weren't as like me. Like I wanted to get one right when it came out. More like casually. Yeah, I really want this, but I can wait a year or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So they were waiting, and all of a sudden they're not coming anymore. That was fucked up.
Yeah. So it's over. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the messaging was clear this time from the beginning, even when they said it was only going to be a short thing, but. It's coming out saying, "Hey, we're gonna have more and all that." So they're living up to their word so far. And I hope it continues. Like Gables, I think you were telling me originally that they weren't gonna get another shipment in your Walmart for another month or so.
Yeah, pretty much so. It was. Wow. I went to Walmart today just to ask the regular lady that works there, and I asked her, "It's like when exactly they would expect more of them?" And she said like about maybe 4 or 5 weeks. So. That's a lot sooner, and I'm not really too sure how much they'll get. Hopefully, probably the same amount, if not more. So, from what it sounds, from what it initially sounds like, they'll probably have at least some in stock before Black Friday.
Yeah, I can imagine it might be even quite a bit more than the initial shipment. Really.
Yeah. Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see another surge around Odyssey time, and
I'm
sure we're gonna see a lot of Switches and Odyssey pop up at the end of October.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Black Friday as well, and Christmas, December.
It was a fun experience. It was exciting. It was weird.
Yeah, and that's
talking
cool.
to this old lady.
I know it just felt like a console launch, like an actual.
Yeah, it really did.
Launch.
Yeah,
it felt cool. I was talking to ladies like, this kind of makes you just smile that all these people, like different age groups, besides the scalpers, whatever, we're there just like this old console again that like launched in 1990. That's so cool to me for some reason.
Yeah, yeah,
it's fucking cool.
It's definitely cool, especially in Star Fox 2, and the reviews haven't been very good though.
Yeah,
it's like a 5 out of 10 on IGN.
Yeah, yeah,
but that's whatever. This is kind of funny when the actual reviews were coming out for the game. I didn't see that coming. But I kind of want to stick with Nintendo. We'll just stick with news in general. Another thing coming out on Nintendo this week is that the Wii eShop is it called the eShop?
Yeah, the Wii eShop.
Oh,
the Wii Shop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wii Shop Channel.
But the channel. It is officially closing.
I miss that music. I still remember every little beat of it.
Oh yeah, that was good music. They should bring it back.
Yep. Yeah. I spent so much time on that fucking channel.
I spent a lot of money in that channel. But they're officially closing the channel on January 30th of next year. They said so. Kind of an official quote they have here is that at some point after, Nintendo will close all services related to the Wii Shop Channel, including re-downloading purchased WiiWare, Virtual Console titles, and Wii Channel, as well as Wii System Transfer Tools, which transfer tools from Wii. That was the Vita Wii thing. That was the original Nintendo Switch name for us. Was the Wii. Which transfers data from the Wii to the Wii U system. So after a certain time after January 30th, you will be able to download the channel, re-download the games you purchased, or transfer those games to the Wii U.
Oh wow!
You'll still be able to, and this part that kind of confuses me, you'll be able to add Wii points to the shop currency until March 26, 2018. I'm sorry, I misread that part. Yeah, so January 30, 2019 is when it's closing. March 26, 2018 is when it's you can add points to it. Nintendo recommends Wii owners spend their points to re-download software and transfer games well in advance of 2019 closing. And also, they said that if you do have points in the channel they haven't used, there is they haven't said how or when or whatever, but you can be refunded that money.
Cool.
So yeah, kind of an innovative era really with the Wii. I mean, they've been pulling stuff slowly and deactivating things over time. But I was surprised it's still going, and two, I wonder if I have any money in that fucking thing. Like, I bought a lot of games, and they had that weird
300 points.
Yeah, they had that weird point. You can only buy it like $20 increments or whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Xbox was like that too at one point in time.
Yeah, they finally got rid of that fucking thing. It was
yeah,
so stupid.
Same with Nintendo. Thank God.
Yeah,
that was weird.
But yeah, it just kind of. I mean, this is really it's been over for a while, but like kind of the official end of maybe one of the coolest features of the Wii was. I mean, the Virtual Console was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge thing actually. Thing that the Wii brought that I don't hear a lot of people talk about actually was the Virtual Console and all that stuff.
Yeah, not anymore. At the time, it was crazy cool.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But yeah, over.
Then all of a sudden, it's just kind of,
turned into shovelware.
Yeah, It became just like, oh yeah, of course you can download these old games.
Yeah. So yeah, I something I thought we mentioned. I mean, it was. I remember.
I love the Wii Shop.
Yeah, just that whole original like the crossbars. I mean, not crossbar, but the main like menu the channels
yeah.
and all that.
That's a
Man,
cool
I
idea.
remember spending hours just in the stupid weather app thing
Yes.
they had, weather channel thing.
Yeah.
Just spin the globe.
Remember Everybody Votes channel?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I never really understood that channel.
I remember trying to go on there I'm going there every day and I'm going to vote on these things.
It was a cool idea. Oh,
Yeah.
we did lots of strange things that
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
kind of came normal later on.
Yeah.
Some parts of the Wii that I remember mostly were a part of a community that I participated in online for years, called on Insider 2. The name of the message board was. I met a lot of different people that were on that forum, some of which I still am friends with to this very day, like on Facebook, on Twitter, all this other stuff. And I remember vividly one morning, it was like on my birthday and stuff, and I saw my blue light flash on my Wii, and I'm thinking, oh, it must be another update or something. Then I just see like about 4 or 5 of my friends had gifted me some Virtual Console games, like actually on the thing, you know.
Whoa!
And it was cool because
I didn't think about that.
it was so heartwarming in itself, and it's just like wow, it's like they did actually just like gave me a little gift or something on my birthday that I wasn't really expecting. You know, got little games like Mega Man and like Mega Man 2 and like some bits of
That's
Castlevania and these other ones, and you know. I love that little feature where you can go and you give like people games if they wanted to for the Virtual Console, or because that was one of the predominant features that I kind of missed most when it came to the Wii U or even some of the Switch, where you can actually gift people games. You know,
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know you could do that on the Wii.
You could.
Yeah,
I really didn't know that.
You could.
Wow,
It was a
that's
part of
pretty
like
cool.
these gift exchange
friend
stuff
codes, so.
for anybody on their birthday or something like that. You wrote down a list of the games that you want or something like that. It's like, oh, hey, if you want to, just gift me this or something like that. And we did that for people, you know, gifted them like little bits of games and stuff like that. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That thing went...
Actually surprise somebody with it, too.
Exactly. That was the point of the initial birthday exchange and stuff. One of the users created that thing like right when the Wii released, when we found out about the gift function. And we used it until the Wii U came out, pretty much. So...
Nice.
It was between that, guessing which Virtual Console games came on the channel that week. There was a contest, too, like almost every week, where if whoever guessed it right, like all the Virtual Console games that were released that week, that people would get rewarded with, like, with certain points or, like, a game of their choice or whatever. It was definitely, like, one of those fun times I remember back around 2007, 2008.
Cool.
It's almost 10 years since then, but it's like
Yeah.
it was
Sometimes it seems longer than that.
yeah,
Sometimes-
it definitely does though in a
Weird.
way, because thinking back, like some of the positive experience I ever had playing on the Wii was like going through the Wii Shop Channel, downloading certain content. Like I would play these games that I probably had never played before, like Bomberman 93 and stuff, and like Bonk's Adventure, which yeah, that was some of my first exposure to games like on the TurboGrafx 16 and on the Neo Geo. Fuck, I remember playing Samurai Showdown for the first time on the Wii Shop Channel and be like, oh man, this is a fucking tough game.
That's what it's called.
Samurai
Did you already
Showdown.
say that? Wii Shop Channel.
Yeah, the Wii Shop Channel.
Yeah.
We might have said it like 5 times. I'm sorry.
But,
yeah, I mean...
you know what?
Oh, go ahead. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry, Tyler. I just want to say a little bit of a statement, though. I am kind of disappointed that after a specific date, we won't be able to download our games that we've purchased on the Wii Shop Channel. That, in and of itself, sounds incredibly stupid, in a way. Because if you've spent money on that service, you should at least have access to re-download the games. I mean, hey, maybe not put down more money or something to buy content. I can understand that, but in terms of digital games, you're looking at potential games that you've owned just randomly disappearing into the ether, pretty much. I don't think I
Yeah.
like that.
No, but I mean, this is kind of like the people talk about the whole going digital stuff. Eventually it's going to happen to our Xbox 360s and PS3s, and
Oh yeah,
Wii's just kind of the first as far as video gaming go, the first one to do it. Maybe not the first big one to do it.
Yeah.
and it's
I'm sure like Ouya
and it's
and
definitely
shit like that
partially the
probably has
reasoning
it.
why that I don't go 100% digital with stuff, because it's like
Yeah.
It's that option always exists to where if the service itself discontinues, like what's going to happen to the games that you download? What's going to happen to this and to that? The only services that I've really confirmed that they'll still allow people to re-download their games after its initial service is Steam, pretty much. From what I've kind of understand.
Steam ain't going anywhere for a while,
No.
so probably good there. Still kind of like the iTunes of probably video gaming. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some cool moments. I mean, like I remember, like when I got the Wii, I remember having buddies of mine, Will and Billy, show up. I don't think they've ever been in my house before or since, and they just like knocked on my door after school one day. It's like, dude, I heard you got the Wii, and they came over and had a second controller,
tennis.
which was we played Wii Sports and played tennis and bowling. I think you were here with me playing it when I broke when the Wiimote strap broke.
Yeah, I think I was.
And it flung across the room, and the power button got stuck in.
Yeah.
And we had to take it back. We had to wait like a month to get a new controller. It was so hard to get. Like anything
any accessory anything Wii was hard to get.
Games were hard to find. I remember.
Yeah, even games. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember I had like 7 games, buying 7 games at launch. I was
fucking 7 games at launch. Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ,
I had Call of Duty 3, Red Steel, Zelda, Wii Sports.
Fuck yeah.
Sight Truck.
Fuck yeah. I love that game. Go on.
Did I say Call of Duty 3? I did say Call of Duty 3. I
love Sight
I
Truck.
had 2 other games I remember picking up there.
Holy shit, man. That's a lot more than what I did. I used my first entire paycheck just to pay for the fucking Wii and also for like Twilight Princess. And then it's like I had Wii Sports. So I basically had like maybe 2 or 3 games at launch like for the last like next couple like a month or 2.
Yeah.
I have a thought. It does suck. I mean, it's like you're saying, like it's like eventually does seem necessary to close down the shop, and like Gabe was saying, it sucks that you won't be able to download them. But I do think that I don't think that the fact that you bought those games is going to be forgotten by them. I think it's just going to be from that specific shop. You will not be able to download them, but they will keep record that you did purchase that game and move it on to their later stuff that they're working on now, the Switch.
Well, I sure
like
hope
a whole
so.
new infrastructure. Because I'm sure the Wii U was just based off the Wii Shop, the channel, and some.
Largely it was.
I imagine. I mean, the best bet you have is transferring it from the Wii to the Wii U, and then maybe you can transfer the Wii U to the Switch. Because remember,
or just through your account at least.
Well, no,
because they
because
know that everything you've ever bought.
Remember, so I don't know if I talked about it on the show. I probably have, but remember my Wii got stolen, and I called them and I'm like, hey, I had a couple $100 worth of games.
Yeah,
bought on the console,
mm-hmm.
and I called Nintendo to try to deactivate it because they're using my Netflix and all that shit. And I'm like, hey, I want to take that off there so they can't use it anymore. And I'm like, is there a way to get my games back? And they said, no, it was tied to the console, not your account. Because back then you just had the friend code and everything. You didn't have anything else.
As far as I know, it's different now though. Like even what games you bought a long time ago, it's all they have receipts of it basically.
I think there was a way you can do it,
but they were very hesitant. I remember on actually letting you download them again because they were worried that basically their infrastructure wasn't very good. They're probably worried that people were just like going to be ripping them off. That's right.
Well, and I think there was a way you can do it, but you had to go to like My Nintendo and like do something to say you bought it. I don't know, but I didn't do that, so I lost them.
Interesting.
That was just So I think the best bet really is maybe just if you can transfer it from the Wii to the Wii U, that's probably the closest thing you're going to have to a guarantee success of getting those to the Switch. They do in fact do that. But yeah,
I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know.
I hope so.
But at least if you download them, you always have
still
them on
have
your old
them,
console, your old console or Wii U or Wii.
Yeah.
Wii U's got a Wii inside of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is weird. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of just trip down memory road. I was like, holy crap, I haven't really thought about the Wii, really thought about it, in a long time, and it's just kind of cool going down memory lane there with that. But let's move on a little bit. I wanted to mention something real quick. Something we talked about a few weeks ago, and I kind of ranted about a few weeks ago as well. So the Shadow of Mordor had that Shadow of
Mordor.
I keep wanting to say Mordor, but that was the first game. It's Shadow of War, the Lord of the
Very
Rings
unique title.
Yes, they should have named it that. I mean, way better.
Compared to the first one.
Yes. But Shadow of War, they had a charity DLC with the Forky family, and you play as a character named after Michael Forgey, I believe his name was. And you play as like this orc named after him, and it had a guitar axe, and it would attack people with randomly in the game. You could buy the DLC for $5, and $3.50 of that $5 would go to the family. The $1.50 basically for the taxes and the money that went to the PlayStation and Xbox and all them. And so they had some backlash going there when the $3.50 came out, and then they found out that was only in America, except for 6 different states, because they have these other 6 states have tax policies. So it was like, what's going on with the people that bought them in those states, and what's going on with people outside the United States that bought them. So a lot of backlash behind it. So WB has now said that anybody that bought it, because on Xbox One and on Steam you could pre-order the DLC, pre-purchase the DLC, which I bought on Xbox One, or I bought it on Xbox.com, whatever. Yeah. And they said anybody that purchased it previously will be refunded the money. I don't know how the refund's going to be, if it's going back on the card or if it's going back on your account or whatever. And they'll refund you the money. The DLC is now going to be free, and that WB will just give a direct donation to the Forky family. So kind of a make good, I guess, on the situation. It was kind of a cool thing they were doing, but then kind of a backlash, and they didn't really answer it. They kind of...
It's a shame that it turned in that direction.
Yeah, and when people started asking the questions, they came out and they just said, hey, we're not profiting off of this, but they never really said how they're not going to profit off of it. So kind of a bad messaging on their end, bad PR on their end as well. But it sounds like the Forky family will be getting some money sent to them regardless. So that's a cool thing. I just wanted to mention that, seeing it was kind of a big thing that happened a couple shows in a row there. So kind of want to touch on that and just move on. Another thing, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but did you see there's a Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer out now?
Yes.
I listened to it being torn apart for like an hour, but I didn't actually watch it.
Oh, really?
I was like playing Metroid and listened to it, but it sounded interesting from what I was hearing.
Oh, wow.
It was like only a minute 20 or something.
Yeah, like a minute and a half, something like that, yeah. So I watched it. It's no real gameplay was shown. It looks
really?
mostly like cutscenes. Looks really pretty, but it looks just like cutscenes. No, but this one was more about telling you the story. So kind of they didn't really go into details in the game, but they just kind of show a lot of like different, like robbing a bank doing a train heist, things like that. Just kind of like epic moments, stuff, typical things you see in a Rockstar.
Yeah,
a lot of epic moments, stuff they like to do. So a few details came out about it. So some quotes from Rockstar is that the story is of you play as outlaw Arthur Morgan, and he runs the Von der Linda gang as they rob, fight, and steal their way across the vast and rugged heart of America in order to survive. This actually is a prequel to the original Red Dead Redemption, where you played as John Marston, who actually came from that very gang, and it was a redemption story of him becoming, he got a wife and a kid, and he's trying to be good. So you basically, in this one, it sounds like you play as Arthur Morgan, who actually runs the gang, and you play as an actual bad guy. So the gang is well known, also known as the Dutch gang, which is what they referred to in the first game, which, like I said previously, which is the last game's protagonist, John Marston, would eventually join and leave. In this game, hunting is there. You can ride horses, bank, train robberies. They have all kinds of different environments, including the expected Old West towns, prairie, pine forests, snowy mountains, and crocodile hiding swamps. So there's rumors that you're going to be able to play in New Bordeaux, which is the New Orleans twist that was in what previous game was that from? Was that Mafia? Mafia 3. That's right. I remember playing that game. Yeah. So, which is a 2K game, which Rockstar is owned by 2K. So there's a rumor that was going to be the case, and it sounds like it might actually be true with them being in the swamps and all that. Alongside this, they're going to have a online mode that seems like it's going to be similar, but in the Red Dead style to GTA 5. So they're going to keep that going, and it's coming out spring of 2018, they say, but they previously said, Rockstar did, that the game will be out after this fiscal year, so meaning after March 31st.
Yeah.
Is there 31 days in March? You would know better than I, or is it 30?
31.
There is 31. Okay. Yeah, so April 1st, probably between April 1st and June, which Red Dead Redemption 1 came out in late May of 2009, I want to say.
Yep.
So, Yeah, I mean, I previously played Red Dead Redemption. I don't know. Have you played Red Dead Redemption, Cables?
Yes, I actually beat that game, and it's
Oh,
one
shit.
of the very few Rockstar games I've actually beaten. The other one before
one
then
of-
was GTA 4.
It's one of the mini Rockstar games. I
That
haven't
is my
finished.
favorite
But you-
The
Rockstar
two
game,
you
Red
have
Dead
beaten, I have
Redemption.
not beaten.
Oh, wow. What was that, Justin?
I've beaten lots of the other ones except for the two you just mentioned. I haven't even played Red Dead Redemption, but
Oh.
I would love to. I actually bought it sometime soon. I want to play it.
Yeah.
I got it for the PS3. I love like that stuff, like Wild West stuff. I'd like to check it out.
Dude,
Like,
the
Call of
the
Duty.
Deadeye stuff was so fun in that game.
Mm.
Oh, and also I am a huge fan of the first two games, which I don't hear many people talk about.
Red Dead Revolver.
I love Red Dead Revolver
Yeah, Red Dead Revolver
1
was awesome.
and 2. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love the shooting mechanics in that game.
Yeah. And I'm a little surprised they're going with Redemption name because they like to change the names, Red Dead Revolver, and Red Dead Redemption. But I guess it makes sense being in the same world, and you want to go off that name of
Is
Red
it
Dead
really
Redemption.
called 2?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the official name.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a
Uh,
prequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense that you want to make, their name Red Dead Redemption. There's a lot of money in that name. So, and
Yeah.
you live in the same world, I guess. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of curious because the charm of that game, I think, more
Red
than
Dead
anything.
Genesis.
There you go. That'd be better maybe with fucking Phil Collins. Yeah, Phil Collins.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Just fucking drumming.
Drumming.
I play a game
Drumming.
as Phil Collins. Deadeye with the drum solos. No, but I thought the charm of really more than anything with Red Dead Redemption was the story with John Marston with his redemption story, and him. I mean, he's one of the few characters in the game, and in a world where you listen to podcasts and just listen to people talk about games or read about games, and it's like you hear John Marston, you know where that guy's from, or just the fact that we remember the character's name from a game is, I think, saying something, especially almost a decade later.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that obviously means
I
something.
couldn't
to
tell you a
people.
name from any Grand Theft Auto game that I played.
Nico, I guess,
Nico
from
Bellic.
GTA 4, but not really for good reasons. Like Bully is the only Rockstar game I beat, and people talk about it, but I don't remember the guy's name in that game, but I still love that game. But yeah, his story I think was the best part about that game. There was definitely some cool moments. I'm not super excited for this one. I'm just not the Rockstar guy. The only time you hear me excited probably for a Rockstar game is if we get a Bully 2, which probably will never happen. But no, maybe. But there's been talks of it for
A lot of people like that a lot. That
Yeah.
game.
It was one of the worst selling
Was
Rockstar
it?
games, unfortunately. Yeah.
Sucks.
But I don't know. I mean, this game I think is going to be really, really good. I don't doubt that. I mean, it's just Rockstar's got a good history. Obviously, GTA 5 is one of the most profitable games of all time. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the game's crazy.
Yeah, it's still one of the highest selling games
It's not
every
like-
month.
5 different places you can buy it, and possibly 6 if it ever comes to the Switch.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I don't know. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. I mean, it's a typical Rockstar trailer, which is a good thing. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It showed off all the cool things. I mean, there's cool things about it. There's always cool things I like. I'm like, oh, I really like to play that game, but like, I just kind of I peter out after a while with those games. But I was kind of curious if you guys watched the trailer and if you guys were kind of where you're at with Red Dead Redemption 2.
I would like to play the first one before I play this, but yeah, I'm interested in this game, and I will actually watch this later tonight. Watch the actual trailer,
Yeah.
instead of just listening to people talk about it. But I saw like the little teaser thing at the beginning when they first announced it.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool, a cool looking game. But they're usually, like you said, Rockstar games. They're pretty impressive, really impressive actually.
Yeah.
But
They become quite
Hopefully-
ambitious with the games too.
They have a high pedigree, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And that game's coming out fairly soon. Probably in I don't know, 6 months maybe, give or take.
I could see it being crazy huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably already is.
It'll be a huge release when it eventually does release.
Oh, it's funny that this game doesn't even need to happen.
They're like Willy Wonka,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, this
They can make one game every 15 years and still like
Yeah.
have the highest selling game.
that's what I mean. Like GTA was number 2
You
in
open the
sales.
gates. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, like GTA 2 was number 2 selling game of August. Like that game's 4 years old, and it's
Oh, GTA 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like they
I
don't.
got you.
This game they can just delay us another year and probably be okay. Like
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Rockstar got closed, but they'd still probably be one of the more financially successful companies.
I think, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was kind of
GTA 5 really impressed me. As someone who kind of fell off GTA series, like I didn't play the fourth one. First one I played was Vice City. Then I ended up playing like 1 and 2, and 3 actually is my favorite one besides 5. But I think 5 is probably my favorite one. Like the story, everything. It felt so real.
yeah.
It did,
Everything
actually.
about it. Like really
More so
weirdly
than it
real. Even the controls were really good, which is one thing I've always dissed on them for. Shooting
Except for the
mechanics.
flying mechanics.
Felt really good. And the flying mechanics are fucking awesome in that game too.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. But yeah.
They're the jack of all trades of video games.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Yeah.
awesome.
I think this is my pretty much covered for the news for this week. Not really a lot else going on. Kind of a cool thing for Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain is going to be the PS Plus game for next month.
I know, right?
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. One of my game of the year, 2015. Justin's number 2, which was wrong. It was robbed.
That's pretty impressive though. First
No.
one of those games, first Metal Gear game I ever play is almost game of the year.
It's,
And it was tricky.
well, it's bullshit. Beat it was the Unraveled trailer was number 1 for that year. So
That was the best game that year.
yeah, fucking bullshit.
Oh, that game's so good.
No, it's
Waiting
not.
For that sequel, man.
No, it's not.
I
I
don't
hope
know how there can be though. It's so good.
There's not. I
You can't
hope.
end
I
the
hope.
game any better than that.
I hope Yarny fucking unraveled and died.
You don't know, do you?
I don't want to know
Yep, I'm not gonna tell you.
because I don't want to think about the game anymore. I'm upset I brought it up. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to some game. Unravel's a bad game, Justin. Let's move on. This is a video game. I had to get the last shot in. Sorry. So video games. We've been playing them. It's getting that crazy time of the year. Justin and I were talking text back and forth. It's like September, and all this shit's coming out.
And a lot of it's like really small games that
Yeah.
I'm really freaking interested in. And a lot of them will probably take quite a bit of time to beat.
Yeah.
It's like, which one do I play next? It's hard.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we were talking about after E3, it's like September's kind of a dead month. Like you got Destiny and Metroid and Cuphead at the end, and that's about it. And like little did we know there was like a million like little indie games that are coming out that are gonna fill in all those gaps for us, and coming out almost a little too fast. But anyways, gaming, we've been playing them. Juzzy.
When we go first?
Yeah, we've been playing, buddy.
Okay. I'm going to start with probably the one that's actually taking the bulk of my time, and I finally beat it. Is not finally, like I couldn't wait to beat this game, but Metroid.
Oh, you did beat it. Okay,
Samus
cool.
Returns.
Nice.
Beat it last night. In the boss took me, no joke, probably an hour to beat.
Damn.
Like I haven't played a game that made my hands sweat and kept me wanting to play it like that in a while. Like actually, like, this is challenging. So it made me realize, like, I think Metroid is actually one of Nintendo's most challenging franchises to actually beat them.
Yeah.
At least, like, it's pretty crazy. Like, but I beat it, and I really I talked it up last week. Kind of recycled things over and over again. I couldn't, like, it's kind of hard to explain certain things about the game without like spoiling too much. I don't want to do that, but like, the way that game is designed and how it comes together is really cool and interesting. And I feel like it'd be really the way I feel like if I was ever a video game designer, it'd be really hard for me to make a game like Metroid, a Metroidvania style game. Like it's like the way like you subtly kind of like you go back to certain spots, or like not without even like you don't really have to, but like images you see like a door or like this little thing at first it's like, whoa, this place is so huge. I'm never gonna remember all these like tight turns and twists of these places and like different doors and different rooms. Like I'm never gonna remember this when you first start. But then all of a sudden, this world that seems so huge becomes like small and not like in a bad way. Just like you become so oh wow intimate with it. Like, just you really start to like notice every little part of it, and the trip doesn't take as long anymore to go back to this one spot. It's like quicker and quicker and quicker, and same can be said for your technique as of getting better and better with the way that you the mechanics of the game, like shooting and jumping and doing all these different things. Like by the end of that game, you feel like you are at the limit of this game for difficulty with the last boss, with the mechanics you were given, and you feel like a boss when you beat that game.
Nice.
Like it felt good, but also like I took a deep breath, and like I watched the credits roll, and I was like, oh, like I love that game, but I don't want to play you for another 20 years. Like just at that last boss did that, just like, damn, that was a cool journey, but I don't want to go back right now.
They remake you for the Switch 3.
Yeah, Switch 3. 3D,
Yeah.
4D.
Oh.
Yeah. I really love this game, and I recommend it to someone. Even if you haven't played a Metroid game, to me, it's quite, as in terms of how good it is to me, I haven't played so many of them. Like I said last week, it's quite comparable to like Super Metroid, and like how cool that game even still felt to me when I played it like 20 years later. This game just. If it was your first one, it'd feel just as cool. Like there's a lot of cool things about it. You just feel super powerful towards the end, and like at the same time, like I said though, you get to a part where it's like you're just all of a sudden you're kind of like you're kind of like a baby again with all these tools that you really have to hone in on and become really good with it. And it's so cool. And lots of games are cool for different reasons. Metroid's cool because it's like a really fun, gradual, interesting, explorational challenge. It's weird. I don't know how else to talk about the game. But like, yeah, I really like it. Recommend this game. If it's the last game I ever played on 3DS, it's just a end of a great system, end of a great run. Like I said before, I think the 3DS has probably my favorite handheld games I've ever played. Like not just because they looked better than like the previous ones. I think they had like the best ones. Like they didn't feel too gimmicky looking back on them. Like it'd be hard to play some of like the Zelda games on DS to me, but like but I still like those games. But yeah, it's just really good all around, good console. Anyways, Metroid, beat that game. Very excited about that. The next game, I purchased a couple other games. Real quick, I purchased SteamWorld Dig 2.
Nice.
And I have not touched it yet, and I'm going to wait because in my mind that game's pretty similar in style to Metroid, and I want to give it some time because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm running through one of these again, overlooking things, and just kind of like, I don't want to go through the paces, and I really think that game's going to be sweet. I'm going to wait a while, at least a month or two, put on the back burner. But I actually wasn't sure if I was going to play this game either, but I ended up buying Cuphead last night.
Oh, shit.
First game I ever downloaded on the Xbox One that I could think of. And
Since Doom.
Yeah, for sure. Since Doom 1 and 2. Yeah, so I got that. Did not play it last night. Actually, for some reason, my Xbox One is special. It downloads really slow for some reason. I don't know why.
Huh.
It makes all kinds of weird noises too, so it might have something to do with that.
I think it's next. It's just
Might have been thrown at a wall before I got it or something.
Yeah.
It's still chugging along though. Finally downloaded it. Ended up playing it today for a little bit. I probably put half hour, 40 minutes into it.
So you beat the first level. Got it.
And I didn't know that was a level, but I guess it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And I did like these little weird things. I kind of just walk to and push A, then it's like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like little bosses are like, it's these... Okay, first of all, this game, like most people know, this game looks fucking so cool.
Yes,
like,
it does.
I love games that
Have
just
style.
have style, and like their animation is so good and fluid, and and the style was there the whole time. Like, just it is so cool. It captures not only like the way like those 1930s cartoons look, the sound effects. The things people say, the grain, you can see like lint fuzz like on the projector, like as you're playing the game. It's not just like a cheesy looking filter; it looks really cool, and it just looks so good. And it's kind of funny. This game is more like Metroid than I thought it was going to be. It's more like it's like a Metroid's very smooth with the shooting. This game is like just like the games from 1930s. It's like the mechanics of it are like old too, like an old clock. like it's got like when you're shooting, you can't go like in a full like 360 motion. It's like an eighth
Yeah.
of like a direction, and it's cool. You got to get used to it. It's like built around that. So like I went from Metroid where it's like you aim any direction. Now I'm playing this game where it's like I got to get into this, and I feel like I'm hitting this spot with it though. Even like 40 minutes into it, like this game is fucking cool. It's like not to make it sound like other games, but it reminds me of Metroid mixed with like Mega Man in a way. Just the difficulty and trial and error, and like just like focus, man. You can do this. Like you're just like you're going too fast, you're going too slow. You're thinking too much. And I got to this beat today. Like I beat like 6 little like bosses or 6 levels or whatever they were, and like it was just like boom, boom, boom. It just hit me like how to play this game. And I love this game so far. It's really freaking cool. Definitely the coolest game I've played on the Xbox One so far. Only because I haven't played too many games on there. But I played Sunset Overdrive like a couple weeks ago. Started playing like I don't like this game at all. It looked really cool to me, but I did not like that game at all.
Looked like it would have been a cool launch game, but not 2017.
It just is not fun to me. But yeah, oh man, Cuphead, very cool so far. Very excited to play more of this game.
Yeah.
But I think that's all I've been playing.
All right. Well, I'm going to pick up where you were, because I also played Cuphead. I have rage quitted 4 times already. Not if it wasn't for the pink controller that I have, that's $70. I would have fucking broke it already. This game is infuriating me.
Makes me just want to keep playing.
Oh my, I do.
I
Because
know, keep playing.
the levels are short enough, and you get back so fast that
Loading is kind of slow.
well, initially, but once like you die and restart,
push A, it is fast. You're
Yeah.
right, when you go right back into it.
going back, there was that
I know what you mean.
10-second like you usually do it. Then I'm like, nah, I give up. But it's so goddamn hard. The first level took me a half an hour. The first running gun level. So the first,
yeah.
So there's different kind of levels you have. There's going in just doing a boss fight, and then there's running gun levels.
And you're walking around like on an overworld.
Yeah, like a Super Mario World-ish
3D world, kind of. Like you just walk around and kind of walk into things. And you can push A on them. It could be a person, it could be an area, it could be a building. You don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, and
At least so far from what
and
I've
like
seen.
the thing you click on doesn't like I don't know, like there's a patch of flowers. Like, what the hell is this thing?
What?
And it turns out you're fighting this weird blue blob looking thing.
Oh,
the boss fights.
I'm on him right now.
He's fucking hard.
He is super hard. I
can't
all
do
the
it.
way 3/4 to the end.
Yep.
And when
he gets big, yeah.
I can't.
And the box
that
thing,
part just kills me.
I can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where I left when
Yeah.
I texted you. That's funny.
Yeah. So that first level, the running gun level, took me. It's like a 2-3 minute level
At
to
the
finish.
most.
Yeah,
If you
and
were just run.
it took me about a half an hour to beat. Like learning how to do it, and it actually took me a little bit. Like, so you have like little things you can do. Like you're talking about, like the way you shoot and aim. Like it's kind of like you said, the clock thing kind of works. Like so you can shoot like noon, 1:33.
Yeah.
4:30, 6 o'clock, and then
makes
the other way around as well.
It makes it harder.
Yeah, especially kind of infuriating sometimes though when you're shooting straight up, but you're just like a tad bit too far to one way or
it's
the other.
very precise. Very precise.
Yeah, so
In a good way, but it can be.
It's unforgiving.
Against you, it's not. You're like, damn it.
Yeah, but like you're just going through and there's all these obstacles, all these enemies jump in front of you, and they constantly like respawn, so you can't just sit there and wait. You always got it's a running gun level. You gotta be moving at all times.
Yeah.
It's like a side-scrolling Doom.
Yeah, I don't know if you said, but you can hold the
Yeah.
shoot button down
So
the whole time if you want to.
This is what made it a lot easier for me. I was sitting there tapping the X button, trying to shoot, and I'm like, oh, you can just hold the X button down, and it'll just automatically shoot for you.
Yeah.
And you got like a little pea shooter thing, and trying to go through that, and there's learning what all these enemies do. Really great platforming. You also have like a jump and dash. You can also do a parry, where you see certain pink things in the world. You can jump, and then if you jump again on them,
Right on them.
you'll earn a kind of like a power up, I guess, and you earn these like cards, and they give you unlock like every time you earn a card, you earn cards as you do damage to enemies. You can do a special attack, like a super power move.
Okay, I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Yeah,
I just got like my first
I think
power
it's B.
up. Okay.
Each gun has their own too, and if you build up 5 of them, it does like this ultra power move.
Oh, sweet.
Which I have never got to the point where like I've usually had to use them before I get to that point. But it took me like a half an hour to just get to that section. I got slowly better every time, and but going to some of the boss battles, holy fucking shit, man!
It is relentless
It,
and
like,
like just Cool.
Yeah. So kind of the core story is like your Cuphead, and you have your brother or whatever was he like?
It's like the story of
Teapot?
Pinocchio. When he goes... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, but he has his brother. You can be your co-op partner basically. If you can play 2 players with this. But you like your dad or somebody tells you don't ever go to this area, and they actually go there.
Bad place. People are doing drugs. They're gambling.
The
all
other side,
this stuff.
the other side of the tracks is what they called it.
Basically, yeah. It's like it just reminded me of Pinocchio. Like,
okay.
I like Pinocchio, and it reminded me of that.
Okay.
It's cool.
I was a Pinocchio guy, really. So they go on the other side of the tracks. They go to the casino, and they're like winning a bunch. And then the devil who owns the casino comes out, and makes them a deal.
Oh, Cuphead gets dollar signs in his eyeballs.
Yeah, he makes them like a deal. It's like you can have all the money in the casino if you win this game, or otherwise if you lose, I get your soul.
Brother's Mughead, right?
Mughead, that's what it is. Yeah,
Mughead. He's the more like balanced guy.
Yeah,
like,
he's trying to stop him. Yeah.
Don't.
So Cuphead immediately grabs the dice, rolls Snake Eyes, loses.
Snake Eyes.
So basically the deal is like the devil tells them don't take our souls, and the devil makes some deals like you go out there, these contracts for the souls that people owe me, you go out, beat these bosses, and then I take their souls and I won't take yours.
Contracts out from there.
So you can go through, and basically that's what you're doing when you beat these bosses, is you beat the bosses and you take their souls.
And that's all within like the first 30 seconds before you even play the game.
Yeah.
It's really quick. So.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, like everything about this game is snappy except for the loading screen.
Yeah, certain ones.
Yeah. So, but the boss battles are like like you said, the style and the look, everything is incredibly sharp, and that's the thing that brings it back. If this was like a generic looking game, I don't know if I would keep going back to it. But
the
style,
difficulty alone wouldn't be enough. But it's like the style and the character and the heart that's in this game.
Yeah, the music is
feel
great.
it. You can fucking feel it.
Have you met Mr. Dice Man?
No.
Okay.
I've met a strawberry that talked to me.
Just go when you meet Mr. Dice
That
Man.
itself is fucking cool.
When you meet Mr. Dice Man, listen to the music.
I will.
That's the best part of that
I
game.
will.
But yeah, like they're all. Oh man, the boss battles are incredibly cool. Like I get lost a lot just looking in the background. And
Yeah,
oh, shit,
and like little subtle things like just like moving on the ground or like an enemy explodes, which isn't really subtle, I guess. But
Yeah.
Like, what happens though is like cool, like visually, like
there's a lot going on at all times. Like
it's like
that's what makes it so difficult. Is it always constantly obstacles flying around, things flying at you.
It's like
dodging, trying to jump.
It's why a bomb explosion in the Wind Waker is way cooler than a bomb explosion in Ocarina of Time. Because it's like cartoony and like exaggerated and like it's fucking cool looking.
Yeah. The one downside though I did find is that there is actually a simpler mode, not for running the levels, but for the boss battles. So
Regular or
there's standard and there's simpler.
Simple.
Yeah. And so I got frustrated once. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put on simpler or whatever.
I hope that you're lying.
No, there is.
Kidding.
I did. So I went through, and basically the only thing different is you don't face there's multiple phases of a boss fight. Mm-hmm. You don't face the final form, and it's simpler. So the difficulty is still there. You just don't fight the last section.
Yeah.
So I actually beat one of the bosses, but you don't get the contract. So you can still progress through the game, but there's like 3 worlds, and there's like the final. There's like a final world or something like that. You cannot go to the final world if you haven't beat all the bosses on standard. Basically, it's just a way to like learn their style.
Yeah.
And then you can go back and beat them, get better at the game, and go back.
And then come back to it when you're better.
Yeah. So that's kind of I guess the one downside. If like for someone like me that is not like the most patient person in the world when it comes to games, I was kind of like man, because it gets still challenging, but you
don't get the cred.
Yeah. But no, it's incredibly charming and fun, and I'm gonna go back to it and keep playing it until I just get to a certain point where I can't beat it anymore, or I finally beat it, or I break my controller on my TV. Whatever comes first. The latter is probably gonna be first. We'll continue on real quick. I have a couple other games I played. I picked up Picross S. It's a Picross game for the Switch. It's $8.
Nice.
Picross.
I know how much it was. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's Picross. Nothing super amazing. I think it's funny when like you make the design at the end. You're trying to guess the picture before it tells you. I'm like, that looks like testicles. Oh no, that's fried shrimp. Okay, that's fried shrimp. So Justin and I were actually looking at the pictures before. I'm like, I beat all these puzzles. I'm like already on 40. Yeah, it looks like testicle. I'm gonna show you after the game. It looks like fucking testicles. I actually I'm like on 42 or 43. levels on level 42 or 43 or whatever are challenges, whatever. There's 150 in the game, and then there's another like mega Picross, which I don't know what that is. But I'm going to
Insanity.
must be like 100 by 100 or something like that.
Jeez.
But it's fun. It's great. It's Picross. I liked Pokemon Picross a long time ago. I talked about on the show.
I liked
Zelda.
Yeah. Twilight Princess one was fun.
Yeah.
First one I ever played. Only one I ever played.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and Pokemon Picross is the first one I played. I loved it a lot. Just like I said, the free to play shit was what ruined it for me.
Yeah,
and
that was sucking.
$8 for this. Way more puzzles on it. No bullshit free to play stuff. So I'm enjoying that quite a bit. And last but not least, I played Life is Strange Episode 1 Before the Storm. So this is I talked about Life is Strange back in the day. It was one of my honorable mentions for 2015 Game of the Years. Really great game. Really great story. So this one takes place 3.5 years. Actually takes place on May 7th, 2010 is when the first episode does, which is important to me because that is the day of my birth. Holy be thy name. So, well, it's the anniversary of my birth. But anyways, so the first episode takes place on that day, and kind of what's going on. So in the original Life is Strange is you have you play as Max, who her powers, she finds out on this episode, in the first episode, there's 5 episodes, that she can actually reverse time, but only like a few seconds, like a minute or two. Like, and then the more main thing of the game is you have this friend of yours that you moved to Seattle, and then you came back to this small town in Oregon, and you find her. She's your best friend growing up, childhood best friend. She is basically like this rebellious punk girl. She's got blue hair, does drugs, parties, dropped out of school, all this shit. Her dad died when she was younger. She's never really recovered from it. And her friend Chloe is her name. And basically the core thing of, and what's that TV show you guys both like? It had 2 seasons in the 90s.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, yes. People compare a lot to the Twin Peaks. One, because it takes place in the Pacific Northwest. And 2, kind of the main thing is Chloe's new best friend at that point in time, Rachel Amber's, is disappeared. And kind of the main background on top of like this, learning about these new powers. You're a teenager going through school, a lot of shady shit going on, conspiracy things going on in the background. And like all these weird things are happening in town. There's snow. The place never snows. Tornado shit. Like it's just weird shit happening. But there's a whole lot of levels of things going on. But the core thing really all ties back to is what happened to Rachel. And you eventually learn what happened to Rachel. And this, like I said, 3.5 years before that, then 2010 is when this takes place, like I said. And you play as Chloe now. And this is before the blue hair. This is, she's like, her mom has a new boyfriend. She's married to him in Life is Strange, but he's kind of a douchey, like, army guy. Like always, like, you respect me, and kind of a hard-ass kind of guy. Lieutenant, yeah, there you go, authoritative. And this one, like, they just started dating, and she's dealing with that. This is her first boyfriend, mom's first boyfriend since her husband passed. And she had no friends. She's like not going to school, and she meets the most popular girl in school at a concert she snuck into, Rachel. And kind of the way they fill in the gap or fill in the place of like you no longer have the going back in time power and redoing conversations, redoing things. Now they have like almost like a rap battle kind of thing, I guess. Best way to put it, where like you go into a conversation tree and they'll say something to you and you come back with a joke, or not really a joke but an insult, and you basically got to fill up this bar before basically come back with good insults before you come up with bad insults. So you come up with 3 before you come up with 2 bad ones, and you win, and it progresses and you win the argument. It's kind of dumb, but it's whatever. It's definitely the weak point to me in the game. Not awful, but it's a weak point in the game. I think it doesn't. I think it would be better just making it a normal Telltale-esque game. Don't have anything special about it like that, because it doesn't really work. But it's cool going into it. Like you're learning more about her past. Why Chloe is. You already kind of knew why she was, but you're learning the backstory of why Rachel, because you never meet her in the original game, why she's so important. And it basically, the first episode's about their introduction and how they become friends.
Is it better than the prequels?
This is the prequel. Oh, the original prequels. Well, it's 3 episodes actually. So far, the episode 1 is way better than anything Star Wars prequels. Sorry, you threw me off there. Fuck you, Justin. God damn, we had an Unraveled and a Star Wars prequel conversation in the same fucking show. This is my worst nightmare. But yeah, no, it's totally way better. But yeah, no, so far, like I said, I think it's $20 if you want to buy the whole season right away. Otherwise, I think it's like, I don't know, I think they're like $10 an episode, which is a little high. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what the price is. It's between like 6 and 10. But yeah, like I said, it's. I think it started off. Oh, I don't know about this, but I think by the end of the episode, I'm in for more. I'm happy
Cool.
that they're bringing back these characters because there's the Life is Strange sequel coming, but it's gonna be totally different characters, a whole new area. The only biggest downside to me is the fact that a lot of the voices they use in Life is Strange the original are not back in this game because of the voice acting strike that happened, unfortunately, which is funny because actually some of the people that did the voice acting in the original game are actually writing for this game. The main girl that did Chloe, who in the first game, is actually one of the main writers on this game, but she can't, because of the strike, she couldn't do the voice acting.
Wow.
So that's the only downside is when you hear the voices are close, but it's kind of, it's like, okay. It's like Rob Williams being Genie, and then you watch it the made-for-TV ones where they didn't want to spend the money.
Sequel.
And it's like, you just got a bad cover guy. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I love it. If you played Life is Strange, the original, I think you should definitely check this out. And even if you haven't played Life is Strange, which it was free on PS Plus a couple months ago, I think if you have it downloaded, you should check it out. And I think it was free before that on Xbox One. And the first episode is free as well. But even if you haven't played the original, you can play this. And just like any other prequel, really, you might miss some tie-ins, like little, hey, remember this from the first game? Like here's a little nod to it. But you can check this out without playing the original game. But yeah, it's great. I'm happy. I'm enjoying it. Thumbs up. They said they're gonna do. They plan on, I think all the episodes are gonna come out like 8 to 10 weeks apart. And they're fairly long episodes, like 3 hours or so.
Wow,
So
nice.
yeah, really good. That's what I've been playing this week. Couple ups, couple downs.
Yeah.
As far as my anger with Cuphead. That's really the only down. But Gables, I made my wallet. But Gables, what have you been playing, buddy?
I have beaten Pokemon Gold.
Holy shit, dude. I am 26 minutes in Pokemon Silver.
Well,
We got silver and gold.
to be typically correct right here, I have went through the Johto portions of Pokemon Gold. I have went through this past week, and I went through and I beat the rest of the gym leaders and stuff. What's kind of funny was I ended up beating the entirety of Price's gym with just my Eevee. That was just kind of funny and out of nowhere. Because with Eevee, I was trying to evolve it into an Umbreon, but yeah, the whole process was taking too long, to be perfectly honest. But I kept using moves like Mud Slap, because during the first gym, you earn the TM Mud Slap, which decreases accuracy. And somehow I used that to my advantage, to where not only did I take out bits of the Price's gym, like around the 7th gym or something like that, but also for the 8th gym as well, to actually nerf Claire's Kingdra. Which, by the way, yeah, good luck with that fight, man. Claire's Kingdra is pretty damn, difficult if you don't have a legitimate way to try to beat it. But going through my first challenge of the Elite Four, I went through and tried using 4 different types of Pokemon. I managed to capture a Teddiursa, which Teddiursa is this normal type bear, right? It's basically a bear cub, but I went through and I evolved it into Ursaring. Now, Ursaring is awesome for the fact that it has high attack. It can learn a bunch of different types of techniques. So during that, I taught it a couple different moves. Let's see. I taught it Headbutt. Then, like just other types of powerful moves, too. I'm trying to remember things off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. But, I went all the way to around the 4th member of the Elite Four. I encountered Karen, who is like a dark type trainer, pretty much. So I went through, had a hard time against her Umbreon. Went through a couple of her other Pokemon, which weren't that difficult. But facing off against her Gengar, well, let's just say that Gengar loves the idea of using Destiny Bond before you try to knock it out. So I ended up going through and using my Ursaring to take out freaking Gengar, only to have it Destiny Bond me and just take it out. It's like, oh, really? But I ended up losing the first time trying to go through the Elite Four because of Karen's Houndoom. Level 47. It knows Flamethrower and it knows Crunch, which kind of decimated the remnants of my party that I had there. However, during my second attempt, which I attempted today, I made sure to at least level up both my Xatu and my Ursaring to at least 42, 43. I went ahead and I had my Ampharos and Typhlosion go for level 40. And to make matters even better, I decided to teach him a little bit of different techniques. So, here's a good advice for you, Tyler. Once you get to Goldenrod City, purchase moves like Fire Punch and Thunder Punch. It will definitely make your Typhlosion better. So I went ahead to Goldenrod City and I purchased a couple of other TMs and stuff, and I taught Ampharos and Typhlosion both Fire Punch and Thunder Punch. So I go over there and I go over to my other party members. I taught my Xatu the move Attract, which it's the TM that you get after you defeat Whitney, the third gym leader. And for Ursaring, I taught it Swagger, which is a move that confuses the opponent's Pokemon, but increases their attack. Earthquake, which you get in Victory Road and stuff once you go through investigate things a little bit. It's one of the strongest ground-type moves in the game, and it basically has 100 power, 100% accuracy, and giving Ursaring a little bit of the soft sand in order to power up a little bit more. Yeah, it was definitely useful. It was definitely useful when I faced off against Karen again, because I used a combination of using like some different moves on her Houndoom and basically knocked it out with Earthquake. Well, it was like half health. But the real battle of it all was facing off against the champion Lance. So starting off, he brings out his Gyarados. So I lead off with Ampharos, knowing what he's going to go forth and lead with. Take it out. Next, he goes through. Let's see. He goes through and sends out his Dragonite. Well, he has. I end up finding out he has 3 Dragonites on his team, all of which are like different levels. So one's like 47, the other one's probably like 48, and the last one's like about level 50. So I go through each one, and I use like a little elements of my Xatu, using Future Sight and using the Attract and all this other stuff to try to immobilize his Dragonites. I beat all of them, basically, with the combination of having my Ampharos, having my Xatu, and stuff like that. And then I get to his Aerodactyl. My team is already almost decimated in and of itself. I knock out the Aerodactyls. Oh my god, I think I finally won this match. And it's like, nope, there's one more Pokemon that's left, and it's a Charizard. So basically, I try to go through and try to beat his Charizard. Let's see, he takes out my Xatu with Flamethrower. He ends up knocking out like my Ursaring and stuff. And I am just left with probably one of the more epic battles of this entire playthrough. My Typhlosion versus his Charizard. So you basically have a battle between 2 fire starters from the previous generations. And I managed to take out the Charizard, like, after the Charizard uses Hyper Beam on me. So I'm already at, like, half health. And I use Thunder Punch to take out Lance's Charizard after about 2 hits. And I end up beating the game because of it. So, quite literally, if I would have missed that Thunder Punch, he would have knocked me out the next turn. So, that was probably one of the more epic things that happened through my entire playthrough of Pokemon Gold. Up until that point, the game hasn't really been so bad and stuff. As a matter of fact, it's actually kind of a little bit tougher than what I remember it. only because there are specific things that have happened that kind of increase sort of the luck-based functions. Like, for instance, I'm encountering more critical hits inside this version of Pokemon than I have previously, say, with like Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow when I played through those. But yeah, it was pretty funny, like just going through to the champion stuff and having like my different Pokemon, and all of a sudden having my Furret and my Tentacool that's on my team, like acting as users of HMs and stuff like that. But yeah, I've beaten the game, but I'm going through little bits of the after game. So now I have 10 badges. I beat Erica in Kanto, Erica the grass gym leader. Plus I've defeated Janine, who is the poison type gym leader and stuff. And I have beefed up my Xatu. Now I know Psychic and Giga Drain. Some of the best moves. But it's a kind of a pain in the ass, because raising the Xatu and stuff, it's not a bad Pokemon, but it doesn't gain access to a lot of the powerful moves that it could use until the after game, you know? Which kind of sucks, but at the same time, I had a lot of adequate support through the team that I currently had. And basically, I wanted to try to finish up this game. Why? Not so because of, like, I don't like the game or something like that. It's just, I've spent so much time now playing a bunch of Pokemon games that I really feel like I want to play something else. So I ended up beating the game in around 19 hours.
Damn. Nice.
And I'm still thinking about finishing the after game, which basically means me defeating all the Kanto gym leaders and then going to Mount Silver to face the final battle. So that's pretty much all I've been playing for this week.
Oh, well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you.
Cool.
I'm surprised you. I'm not really surprised you beat it, but I'm surprised you beat it so fast. That's cool, though, man. I'm not too far behind you. I've almost got to the part where I can get Pokeballs.
Oh, I just want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the length of that game.
Yes.
I did notice when I beat Metroid, it was 12 hours and 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Anyone's curious.
No, wow. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was like longer than I thought it was going to be.
I think we should make a rule that every game should have a timer in it.
Oh yeah,
Save
definitely.
it. I think that should
I
be
mean, it's just
law.
interesting to know,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah. I hate like if I put 5 hours in that game, like I don't know, I put 2 hours in that game. That's why I missed that. That's why kind of like the Switch thing when it tells you like in 5 hour increments, like
Yeah.
play for 5 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And also, I didn't. Real quick. Next week when I play more, I'll talk about the SNES Classic,
Okay.
and I have played Star Fox 2,
Oh god.
and I bought the arcade archive.
Yeah, I
excuse
saw
me,
that.
of Mario
Brothers.
Brothers.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was
Very
going
nice.
to say about that too.
Cool.
Interesting. I never actually played the arcade one, so I want to check it out.
Yeah. Well, very
It's
cool.
different. I will say that different so far than what you're used to.
Yeah, because I think it was like Super Mario All Stars or something like that.
Yeah, it was actually, the Mario 3 stuff, because you could play basically play a 2-player game, but you had access to play that little mini game to see who would like control what, or so you couldn't randomly like switch characters. Basically, how it worked was if say player 2 or something like that were to like go through and like to the starting point or something, then just press A, you could just basically have like a little mini game between you and your friend and stuff to play the original Mario Brothers. That was an arcade game.
Yep, that's right. That's where I played it. And that's okay.
Yeah, I've actually never played. I played the NES Mario Brothers, but it's the physics are way different than this game.
Yes, it is.
It's way different. I was like really, I'll talk about it next week. It's different.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that might wrap up the show for the week. One more quick thing before I get to the actual outro stuff is Extra Life is coming up. It's that time of the year already, guys. It is October. Officially, it is 2 a.m. On Sunday, October 1st here.
It's
right
midnight here.
Yeah. So we are officially in October, which means it is get yourself prepared for Extra Life. Happening November 4th, 25 hours, because it takes place on Daylight Savings Time. Saturday. Most people, usually the typical starting time is 9 o'clock your time. So if we were playing right now, we still have 7 more hours to go. But yeah, I want to mention that is extra-life.org. If you guys are curious about checking it out, all the money we raise goes to Children's Miracle Network hospitals. You get to pick the hospital inside of America. All the money I earn is going to Iowa City's Children's Hospital, and then all the money that Gables raises is going to the Seattle hospital.
Yep.
So cool thing. If you guys want to help raise money for sick kids and do some great things, sign up. Like I said, extra-life.org, or go to someone's page that you know that might be doing it and donate to them, or you can donate to us. I'm Tyler Courtney. That's Gabe Bagno. Go to those places and help us raise money. Help those kids.
For sure.
Yeah, 5 weeks out. I'm excited. Least favorite day of the year. But anyways, other than that, if you guys want to hear more from us, we have a Facebook page and group. It is Drunk Dash Nerds on there. So like and join us. On Twitter, we are at Drunk Nerds Pod. Follow us on there. On YouTube, it is Drunk Nerds Podcast. Subscribe and like the videos. Podcast goes up on there. So put a nice little big like on it. And then also tell friends. That'd be great too. Also tell our friends about the fact that we are on iTunes, Drunk Dash Nerds Podcast. Give us a 5-star review. And if you leave a nice little comment, greatly appreciate it. And if you leave a comment outside of the United States, let us know. Contact us. You can contact us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and send us a message or whatever you want to do. And let us know you did it. I'll go out and find it, and I'll shout you out in the show. And last but not least, we're on Twitch, Drunk Nerds Podcast. So follow us on there and send us nice little friend requests because we like friends. Friends are good. Burnett, thank you guys so much for listening. I was your host. I was Tyler.
I was Justin.
And I have been Colonel Gables. So until next week, everyone, please be safe. Please play plenty of games that you love. And by all means, just have a fun time.
Yes. Do not try to front flip off of a 20-foot wall into a tree that's laying on its side with roots sticking up in every direction.
Oh, YouTube clips are the best.
It's terrifying.
It's great.
Definitely do not use a pogo stick in order to jump over a rail.
Yeah.
One that launched you 12, 15 feet in the air.
If you pizza when you're supposed to French fry, you're gonna have a bad time. All right, that's the rules of life.
Ooh, pizza and French fries sound good.
No, they don't.
Tots.
I gotta go. Tots, you got me on. I'm always down for tots. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you guys next week.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Don't forget about GG
Or
Hour.
good luck.
Excuse me. You too many beers there. Anyways, we're on iTunes now, so go on there, check us out, and if you like us, leave us a review, and we'll even shout you out. And Jack will send you his credit card number.